Hello there, everyone. My name is Teresa McCloy, and you're listening to the Real Life Process Podcast. We are so excited that you are showing up here each and every week, and we invite you to listen in as we share tips and stories and practical action steps that will lead you to living a life from rest, not rush, and truly doing what matters. We show up both here in your favorite podcast player, and we also show up over on our YouTube channel at The Real Life Process. So you can find us both visually and you can find us if you just like to listen in. Many times we're talking through the lens of our signature content, the Real Life Process framework that helps you develop a unique modern day rule of life through self-discovery, 90-day projects, and time management and spiritual practices. So you can personally develop and create those extraordinary moments. So whether you're listening in to grow yourself or also to grow your business, we're just glad you're listening in and becoming a part of our community. And today on the podcast, I want to start out by talking about community. We were blessed this past weekend. This episode is being recorded the middle of September of 2022. And we were blessed this past weekend to celebrate so many things in community. The first one being several, all over half of our real life process facilitators, those who have been certified to use the content of our work and the work they are doing, flew into town, drove into town, came into our small little community of Effingham, Illinois. And we're here to learn together, to be in community together, to meet each other, many of them first time face to face, and just do life together. We do that virtually each and every week on our Wednesday calls and in one-to-one strategy sessions and personal coaching sessions. But to be together one-to-one, or to be together in community, not just one-to-one, was huge for us. We do that twice a year. But what we also got to do while they were here in town, we wanted to blow it up big and do all the things. And with our book coming out, The Do What Matters, Live from Rest, Not Rush, using the real life process, coming out on November 1st and being released out into the world on all your favorite book platforms, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, any book retailer, even Walmart, Target, all the things. The book will be coming out, and we thought, why not take the opportunity while they're in town to have a book release party? So we did. So on Saturday night, we had a blowout book release party. It was so much fun. You can see all the pictures over on my social media, whether it's on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram. All those places have some pictures. People are posting about being here. It was so great. I had a couple of my mentors personally in town. Dan Miller from 48 Days was here. Chris McCluskey from Professional Christian Coaching Institute was here, as well as several other speakers that we have. My spiritual director, Sybil Towner, was here. Justin Janowski with Faith to Influence, Victoria. One of my dear friends was here, Deanna, Michelle. Lots of people that came in and spoke for us and shared with our community. One of the things that I think is powerful about community, before we dive into some of the content we have for today's episode, I want to just touch on this. One of the things that I think is powerful about community is connecting with others, meeting someone else's circle of friends. And that was the theme of the event that we did this weekend, is who do you know that I need to know? It's one of my favorite things to do, is make an introduction of two people and just see what comes out of that. Just step back from that and say, what did that bring? I am hopeful, I am prayerful that people will look back 2 or 3 years from now and say, I met this person at the Real Life Process event, at that event that they had at a beautiful facility here in my co-working space called The Exchange. My friend Michael Brummer has this beautiful place, and we were able to share it. We were able to share this co-working space and do just an amazing event here. So friends and family, all of you that came, if you're listening in, thank you very much. For those of you who followed us on social media and are a part of that was the official kickoff of our book release. So it is now available out there on Kindle. Maybe you picked it up on the 99-cent promo, but if you didn't, it's out there. It's on Kindle. You can download it. We would love to invite you to do that. The paperback version, the hard copy, will be available November 1st. And we would love for you to download it. Also get the hard copy. Go ahead and pre-order it. Make sure you go to dowhatmattersbook.com and get your book registered, whether it's the Kindle or the hardback or paperback version, the hard copy, so that you can get all the pre-order bonuses. We have some great bonuses coming out for you when the book releases in November. We'll be emailing you and letting you know about those so that you can be a part of this movement that we're creating around the Real Life Process. We're super excited. Our certified facilitators are excited. You may know some of them. You may be in connection. If not, you can find them at our website, thereallifeprocess.com, and you can go to our facilitator page and you can meet them there. But we just wanted to say thank you for following us, for sharing the book. We have made number one in 2 or 3 different categories. In Christian personal growth category, we've been tagged as a bestseller out there in the Kindle world, and I never dreamed. I'm just so grateful to God for the blessing that He's putting on this book and on what the book can bring into the lives of other people as you do life differently. You say, I'm going to live it from a place of internal rest, not a place of rush. So come with us on the journey, friends. We're excited about that. So all that being said, let's dive into the content that I want to walk through on today's episode. And it actually does tie back to the book because we have just recently put up a free download onto our website. So if you go to thereallifeprocess.com and you go to free offer, or just go to the reallifeprocess.com page, you'll see it right there at the top of the page. And it is a brand new free offer. And I'm showing it over on the YouTube channel. But for those of you who are just listening in, it is entitled 4 Steps to Simplify Your Calendar. So 4 steps to simplify your calendar and uncover more time by removing what doesn't matter so you have space for what does. That's so much a part of the third component in the Real Life Process framework that we walk through in the book, is saying it's not about blocking all the time perfectly. It's really about saying, what do I want to take off so I put on the things that really matter to me? And in this free offer, we walk through 4 steps in how to use your real life calendar. You know, do you constantly feel busy but don't know where your time is going? Does it seem like you don't have space for everything that matters to you? So part of the work that we do in the first component of our process is really define the things that matter to you. And then eventually in components number 2 and 3, we want to put those into a growth mindset. We want to put those things that you said matter to you into your everyday, ordinary life. I love the passage of scripture from Romans 12, 1 and 2 that says, take my everyday life, my eating, sleeping, walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. So this is where we get into the actionable part. And so many times when I'm working with clients, when our facilitators are working with clients, or we're doing workshops or leading retreats or doing training, either in personal development or professional development, it always comes back to time and to calendar management. I say I know what I want, but I'm not living that out. So download this free offer and ask yourself some of these questions. So here's how to use the offer once you download it. So you may want to pause this podcast, go download the offer, check your inbox, get it back out, and then listen through, and I'll kind of walk you through it. Or you may want to go ahead and listen to the whole podcast and then download this later. But at first, we're going to review your calendar. So looking at your current calendar, and you might even want to use in the downloads, we actually have a calendar page for you. So you can just handwrite it in. I love writing things down. Digital is great, and I use a lot of digital things. But first, we just want to write them down. And so you might want to make a couple of copies of this download so you have a couple of calendars. But look at your current calendar and identify what is currently filling up your days. Review then the 4 time blocks that we actually have, which are present block, people block, project block, and prep block. And I've talked about those on several podcasts. The way we identify present block is your own self-care and soul care. People block is time for the people that matter to you in the next 90 days. Some of those people are going to be the same every 90 days. They're in your inner circle. Some are going to change as they're in your real life circle. And but who in the next 90 days do I need to pay attention to and have time with as people, as relationships? What are the projects that I have action steps around, and I'm blocking out time for those that I'm moving forward with, the things from my areas of my life that I'm saying these things matter in the next 90 days. And then what are the everyday, ordinary tasks that I have? So those are our 4 time blocks. And so as you identify those 4 time blocks on your current calendar, you can go in and say, what are the things I already know that, yes, this matters? I'm already going to the gym 3 times a week. I'm already doing a devotional time or a private time, meditation, prayer. I'm already doing these things. You might even want to pull out some highlighters and highlight the things that are there. And then look at each of those. Where am I already having people blocks that matter? Do I have too many people blocks? Do I have time for project blocks? Do I already have some deep work time for those things? Am I allowing time in my day to do the tasks that I need to do, answer the emails, run the errands, those types of things? So you're reviewing what's currently there. That's the first thing. The second step is to reflect on what matters for your calendar. So now you want to spend some time with what you want your calendar to look like. This is where you might use a second copy. How do I want to order and align my days? Do I want my mornings to be fuller or my afternoons? Do I want certain days of the week to be the days that I do more work? Maybe you're part-time at your work, or you have a side hustle, or you're looking at your career and you're saying, these are the times I want all my meetings to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. How do you want to order and align your days? I love, when it all possible, having anything from Friday about 1 o'clock on be kind of free time for me. I love to know that a couple evenings a week I'm going to get home by 4 o'clock or 4:30 and have a longer evening and not wait till 5 or 5:30. I love knowing that one day I might work a little bit later. How do you want to order and align your days? How can you ensure, if you've used our needs and values tool, or if you're familiar with that, you can go back and listen to some podcasts. You can get with one of our facilitators or with us and do the full assessment. But how can I ensure that my needs and values are reflected within the framework of my calendar? So are my needs for peace being met? Are there places, one of my values is to be a catalyst to make a difference. So are there places within my week or within a couple weeks period or within my projects that I feel like I'm getting to live out that value? So what are your values? What are your needs? And how are they showing up in your everyday life? Then the third step is to reframe your calendar. So using the calendar template that's in the download, block out time for each of the 4 time blocks, starting with the present block, your own self-care and soul care, then moving to the people that matter to you. I always use the story of put on your own oxygen mask first, take care of the people that matter to you, then make sure you get the blocks in there to move yourself forward in some of these areas of focus, not all of them, but the 2 or 3 that you've chosen to work on, and then fill in with some prep time, some time to do those tasks. So the order matters a lot. Most of the time, most people that we start working with about realigning their calendar and reframing it are doing way too much prep and not enough present people and project. And then step number 4 is to regularly review your real life calendar. So after you use your calendar, next week, set aside some time, 10 or 15 minutes to review it. What time blocks do you need more of as you reflect back? What worked? What didn't? What do I need to adjust? And keep reviewing it every week because it will just get better and better as you lean in to that review process. So let me go back through the 4 steps again. First year, we're going to review your current calendar. Then you're going to reflect on what matters to you and how you want to make it matter. What do I already have? What do I need more of? Then you're going to reframe it, create the new calendar, the new real life calendar, and then you're going to review it. So this is a great free offer. You want to take advantage of it. You want to make sure that you go to the website and download the offer, just the reallifeprocess.com/free offer, or just go to our website and you will find it there. And we want you to take advantage of it. It's part of what we teach in the book in component number 3, but we're giving you just a little taste in this particular free offer that you can take advantage of. And as you do, go ahead and hop on out there and download the Kindle version, download the ebook version of Do What Matters, Live From Rust Not Rush, so that you can even read it in full book form. Component number 3, read. I love that you would give us a review over there on Amazon as we continue into the book launch. If you'd like to be a part of this book launch, it is going to be so much fun, and we would encourage you to come on over. We're going to walk through the entire book together during the month of October here in 2022, leading up to the launch. We're going to walk through the book together. We're going to have some live interaction where we get to be with you, or I guess virtually, not in person. I would love to do that, but at least live, we're going to walk through the book together. And you'll get some free things as well as being part of our book launch, and some different things that we have for you. You can join that by going over to our Facebook group. We're going to be running the book launch out of that group at the Real Life Process Community Facebook group. So just search for us in Facebook. We'll have that link in our show notes as well. And if you want to find out a little bit more about that, you can go to dowhatmattersbook.com, and we'll keep you updated in all the things. It's a hugely exciting time for us. We'd love for you to come along on the journey and share this great content, helping those of us who have a tendency to live with our hair on fire to choose a different way, because there is a different way to live from Rust Not Rush. So thank you so much for listening in today as we shared with you our new free offer, and we look forward to connecting with you over the next several weeks. Remember that every ordinary day has an extraordinary moment. You just have to look for them. Have a great week, everyone.